G'day there and welcome back to the Star Wars Radio Hour. My name is Hannah and today I'm sitting down with my good friend Tony, or as you might know him, Star Wars Sith. And this guy knows everything there is to know about conventions and Star Wars collecting, and that's exactly what we're going to be getting into today. We're going to have a great conversation. You're going to learn us a thing or two about the fandom, so let's get into it. Welcome in to the race side, Tony. How you doing?
Great. It is an honor to be here, and I'm so excited you asked me to come on. The minute I saw you had this show, I was like, man, I hope she hits me up. Like, I want to go on. I'm ready. I am ready.
You're so ready. I love it. Well, I am so stoked you're here. We've been good buddies for quite a while now. It's been,
Yeah.
it feels like it's so new, but we've been good friends for quite a bit now.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to get to know, obviously, more about your journey in Star Wars content creation, and your journey as a Star Wars fan, like what I mentioned just before, of going to conventions. You hit up those conventions hard,
Yep.
and you're also a massive Star Wars collector. So we're going to get into all that info and more. But before we get into the juicy details, tell us a little bit about your content creator journey, of how you got into making videos and how we're here today.
So it all started because of Star Wars Celebration. Now, I went to my first celebration, 2017 Orlando, and I just did 2 days. And after those 2 days, I was like, this is home. I can't miss this again. So from there, 2019, I did Chicago, time of my life, did all 5 days there. And then after that, I had so much fun. I realized there's so many people that didn't know what Celebration was or how it worked or how to go there and things like that. So I knew I was going to Anaheim. So I was like, you know what? I want to start a channel covering Celebration, explaining to people how to get tickets, how to get into the panels, how to get exclusives, how it works. And then I wanted to cover while I was there. So literally my first video was day one vlog at Anaheim Celebration. So that's how it started. And when Celebration isn't going on, I love all things Star Wars. So I'm covering, like, reacting to shows, to trailers, to playing video games, collectings, toy hunts, unboxing. But everything is just Star Wars related. But the big main focus is Star Wars Celebration and those conventions, because like it's just so much fun. Like, you know how it is. Like you were at
sure.
Anaheim. It's such a vibe, and like being there, it's not like how the internet is where everyone's grumpy all the time and toxic. Like Celebration in person, it's like a safe place no matter what you like, and it's just everyone's in a good mood and having a good time. I love it.
For sure. It's definitely one of those experiences that all Star Wars fans need to have at least once in their life. They need to experience a Star Wars Celebration, because you're so right. There's such an energy there that is so indescribable.
Yeah.
That is just such an incredible experience that you just carry on in your day-to-day life. You're like, that's a highlight. That's a real highlight in life.
Yeah.
I love that. It's such a different experience. And talking about other conventions, would you say like Star Wars Celebration is the ultimate? But like jumping right into other conventions, what would you say is up there for your convention experience that you really enjoy?
So ICC Con I did for the first time last year. It's a Star Wars convention in Nashville, Tennessee. So like well, it's not a small city. It's like the biggest city in Tennessee, I think. But it's like a country city, and you wouldn't think that, it'd be the big place to go for Star Wars. Hannah, when I went last year, I had the same amount of fun at ICC in Nashville that I did at London Celebration last year. It was equivalent.
Man.
I was
wow.
I was shocked. The only difference is Celebration has more big actors and then big announcers, trailers, reveals.
Yeah.
But everything else was the same. The vibe, the collectibles, the panels there, the stars that they had there. Like at ICC Con, they had all the Rebels voice actors. I got to meet all of them. Ian McDermott was there, and like it was basically like no line, no wait. You could just walk up to them, get an autograph, talk to them. It was unreal. So I would say ICC Con is up there, but also MegaCon that I just went to this past weekend.
Of course.
It's starting to get up there, like to be a big con, like almost like a New York Comic-Con, a San Diego Comic-Con, where the guests that they had, like they had Hayden, they had Hewan, they had Loki there, They had the Back to the Future cast. Tamora was there. Daniel Logan was there. Cal Kestis was there. Ezra was there. So it was stacked. And like next year's probably going to be just as big. So MegaCon's slowly getting up there. But like the top is Celebration and ICC-Con just because it's mainly all Star Wars.
Yeah, I love that. And definitely in the States, more than any country that I know,
Wow.
is that, the convention scene, it's a big thing. It goes for multiple months. There's different cities, there's different brands, there's different organizers of each event. Like it
Yeah.
is such a scene. Like you're on the convention scene. But speaking to people that perhaps aren't super, heavy convention goers, or maybe never even been to a convention, what would you say is like the draw card to going to any sort of Comic-Con convention like event that
Uh-huh.
you would kind of, implore them to go? Would you encourage them to go? How would you get someone there?
So literally there's so many things there for everybody. So it depends on what you like, but no matter what you like, there's usually something there for you. If it's actually comic books, if it's like collectibles, collecting stuff, if it's getting autographed, if it's getting photo ops. So there's literally something for everybody. Seeing all the amazing cosplay. I saw so much crazy cosplay over the weekend. It's insane. So you could literally go and not spend any money. Just pay to get in and just have a good time walking the floor, seeing the booths, seeing the cosplay. You could walk by the autograph area and just see everybody. Like I walk by Ashley Eckstein's booth every day just to see her. Like it was just so
Yeah, it's
cool.
like that's where it
Three,
is. Yeah. I love
like
that.
three days in a row. Like there's Ahsoka. She was next to Matt Lancer, Anakin, and he was next to James Arnold Taylor, Obi-Wan, and then he was next to D. Bradley Baker, Rex, and the Bad Batch. So I literally
Yeah,
looked them all in the eyes every day, and it was just cool just to
that's
see
so
them.
cool.
And then on the
Cool.
opposite side of them was Morgan Elsbeth, Ahmad Asfandi, the guy that plays Chewbacca in the sequels and the Acolyte. What's his name? Sejunis or whatever his name is.
Yes, that guy, like the Swedish guy.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
bloke. Yeah.
So it
Oh
was just
wow.
cool every day walking by, just like wow, like just looking at him, like Tamora Morrison, like just Giancarlo,
There
Gina
he is. Yeah.
Carano, just casually looking. So even if you don't have the money to pay for those autographs, you could just look at them, and it's just cool just seeing them right there, like in front of you.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, a big thing about conventions is the guest stars, like what we're saying here. Do you have a standout celebrity that you've met, had a photo with, or had a signing with? Who's your standout? Wow, that was so ready. You were so prepared for that question.
Well,
So that was this Celebration, or is this literally MegaCon this weekend? What was
so
this?
the shirt I'm wearing is London Celebration with both of them, but this is MegaCon. So I took this photo on Saturday, and like just look at them. Look how happy we are.
They're so happy.
This is
You
ridiculous.
look like brothers. Those are
I
just
know
your homies hanging out together. That's great.
we are. So like this was only the second time ever they've done this dual photo op, and I've been to both of them, which is crazy because it's a rare
Yeah,
thing to have them both together. But
yeah, for
seeing
sure.
them, and when I walked up and showed them the shirt, and I was like, "Hey guys, this was from London." Like Ewan was like, "Wow, oh my god!" And then Hayden like kept staring at it, like, "Oh wow, that's so cool." Like, I it was like a 5-10 second interaction, but I felt like we were brothers.
Okay.
It was amazing. Oh my god, amazing, amazing.
I love that. I love that.
No,
And
no.
their energy, I mean, this is kind of getting off track, but it's just something that's really fascinating and I think very current. Like what you're saying, MegCon just over the weekend, both obviously Hayden and Ewan were there.
Yeah.
We're years after the prequel trilogy. Yes, we've had the shows where they've started to come back again. We've had Kenobi and Ahsoka. With these two guys coming back into the Star Wars game. How is that energy there? And, the popularity of both of those guys is still so strong. Describe the energy
Oh.
around when people are, lining up to go see them, to go talk to them. How is it with, everyone waiting for them?
It is so much fun. Even like when I was waiting in line for that dual photo op, you could feel everybody was hyped, everybody was excited. And then like since I was wearing that shirt, everybody was staring at that shirt, asking me questions, and they were just talking back and forth about, oh, I've seen this person, I've seen that person. So like everybody in line was bonding. But then when like, you know, like I was in maybe the fourth or fifth line, and then once the third line was starting to go and it was almost our line, everybody in our line was like, oh, like giddy and excited, like, wow, we're about to go see him. And then I
Yeah.
remember when we got closer to the curtain, I could kind of see through and I saw him. And I just had the biggest smile on my face. And the lady working
Yeah.
there was just looked at me and started laughing. She saw how excited I was. It was like if Christmas was a place or a person. That's how it
Yeah.
felt, like Christmas Day. And just
Yeah. Yeah.
their energy is through the roof. Like I was at their panel, and like, and you reacted to it. You saw that
Yeah.
panel
Just watched it. Yeah.
and you had a blast watching it. And like
Yeah.
being there was next level. Just like Hewan just laughing and joking, and then Hayden telling us about the old stories. They're just so happy, and they love doing these shows because we show them so much love. And even Hewan mentioned during his part of the panel how, you know, he was in Anaheim and he never did a Comic-Con, so he wanted to see what it
Look.
was like. He was like, "What is this like?" And he went and he said he loved it, and he's still doing it now, just
Mm,
because like they feed off our energy, and their
mm.
energy is just like it's just the midichlorians are in the air. It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing. The metachlorians are in the air. I
Yes.
love that. I love
Yes.
that. It's so good. The convention experience is something. Yeah. Again, I think kind of geeks and nerds and just fans of any franchise is definitely a place where you can find, I think, a lot of community because it's
Yeah.
all like-minded people going to these events, all congregating. And you can find a lot of community and like safety in that. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about these conventions, the
Yeah.
connection it can bring. What is your kind of experience with covering conventions content wise and, going to them as a fan, but also as a content creator? What has been your experience, like positive or negative, covering these cons and getting to like meet people and connect with just other fans and friends at these conventions?
So it's mainly positive. I mean, I can't think of a whole lot of negative because I mean, all I really do is help people and show them how to do things, give them tips and tricks, give them links to
Right.
websites for things. So it's pretty positive. But I gotta say, like a majority of the growth of my channel has been from covering Celebration, and
Oh,
London was the biggest for me. And one of the craziest things, and it was like it took me a couple days because it was so surreal. But like when first day at London Celebration, people were coming up to me like, "Hey, Tony, hey, Star Wars Sith," and I'm like in a different country, and they're like,
yeah.
I love your videos. You helped me so much. You helped me plan this trip. You make me feel so
Yeah.
confident coming. I got an extra day because you recommended it. I did this photo op because you showed me how to do it. Like at least
Wow.
over the 4 days, at least 100, maybe to 150 people came up to me. It was so weird because I'm like, hey, I'm just a
Wow.
regular dude that loves Star Wars.
Crazy.
But like,
Uh-huh.
like almost everywhere we went, they were like Star Wars Sith. I was like, oh, like it was so cool, and everyone was just so thankful for me just
Yeah.
telling them like, you know, hey, make sure you bring this, make sure you don't do that. This is gonna help you skip this line. This is gonna help you with that. Everybody was
Look.
just so cool and grateful, and like people were giving me swag and custom stickers and custom patches that they did. So it was such a dope feeling, and now it makes me want to push and grind even harder to continue to do the content that I like to do, but just to inform people on like the next celebration, the next ICC con, the next mega con, because it's just fun meeting those people that appreciate you giving them that little insight. Because for some people, they might be nervous
Um,
doing this or going to a foreign country. Because like I went from Florida to London so fast, and like there was a lot of people that were hesitant, but they did it because they saw how confident I was and how I kind of laid out a roadmap on what you should do for your first celebration.
mm, for sure, for sure. And it's so cool to hear your passion behind it because obviously, yeah, we just see the great content, but that's why I think your content is so genuine and it does so well is because of what you've just explained. Like your passion is to help people with that
Yeah.
experience. Obviously, we just talked about how epic it is to go to any kind of convention, any kind of event like this where you get to meet people and share in your fandom of something, and having to help people get there. And you're right. I think a lot of people might be nervous, especially with
Yeah.
crowds, big events, big things. People can be nervous and find that quite daunting, especially if it's like a first time going to something like
Yeah.
that. But that's, yeah, it's incredible. And I think, yeah, the content you do is, a lot of it is geared to like, yeah, the 5 tips to like survive your first day of a convention, things
Yeah.
like that. I love them. And like, even though we don't have too many conventions here in Australia, but I still like binge watch your videos before a con. So I'm like,
Nice.
so I'm ready. I
Yeah.
get the backpack, get the water. Yep, I got it. I got it, Tony. I got
Yes.
the list.
Yes. Yes. That's
So
awesome.
good. I love it. I love it. Do you think there's some here's where I go more philosophical. You got me thinking now.
Uh-huh.
Where do you think that drive came from? Do you think that, were you super into conventions as a younger kid? Do you think you just, you kind of saw yourself helping people out? Yeah, at some earlier stage of your life, and that's why you're doing it now. Can you see a link from like kind of where this began and where this interest began, and to help people like this?
Oh, 100%. So my first convention was MegaCon 2015. So I remember that was the first time I ever been to one, and it was so cool. And then the first celebration was 2017, which was amazing. And like 2017, so many good things happened there that I missed. And like, I wish I would have knew before I went. Cause like there was the Carrie Fisher panel for her passing, and like George Lucas, Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and John Williams were all there. And like I didn't know that. And I didn't know how it would work to get into that panel, to be able to be there
Yeah.
with all, like, I probably would have died of a heart attack seeing those guys right there. So
Yeah.
after that, 2019 Chicago, we did all 5 days. It was a blast. And I just had so much fun. And then 2020 was the next celebration, but then the world kind of shut down for a year. So like that year of 2020 where everything's on lockdown, I just binged on YouTube every Star Wars Celebration 2017, 2019 vlog video. So for the whole lockdown, I was watching that over and over just to kind of get my fix. And then once it came around that, okay, Anaheim's coming 2022, after seeing all those videos, like, man, I kind of want to do stuff like that because they all look fun. I do it anyway, just record it, and then I could just, upload it on YouTube. It would be fun. So originally, I just covered it. And then after covering it, when London was coming, I started covering how to do everything for Celebration in preparation for London. So that's kind of how it all started, was just being like a crackhead for videos during lockdown, because I missed
Yeah.
it so much. I needed my fix. And
Yeah,
then
for sure.
I was like, I kind of want to just cover this and just show people that, because like so many people that I knew and talked to were like, what's Celebration? I'm like, you gotta go.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta go. You have
Yeah.
to go. 100%. Now, we've covered a lot of your convention experience and content and knowledge. I want to tap into the other side of content you're also covering and doing and passionate about, is collecting, Star Wars
Yes.
collecting. For those watching this podcast right now, you can see in the background an epic array of things, helmets, figures. You do everything in between as well.
Yep.
Talk to us a little bit about your collecting journey. Did this start, at a very young age? So is it only a recent thing? Let's start this journey of your Star Wars collecting.
So when I was younger, I didn't have many Star Wars toys, if any, which is crazy. Like, I know as a kid, I had a lot of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, Ghostbuster stuff, but I still love Star Wars. But for some reason, I never had the toys. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
2015 is when I started collecting Funko Pops. And like my first one was Marty McFly Back to the Future. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then I'm like, oh, they do these for Star Wars. So then I started collecting Star Wars. So then I had a ton of those. Then 2019, Hasbro released the Boba Fett Slave One, the vintage scale collection one. So it was a decent size, right? And you could put the 3 3/4 size figures in it. So I bought the Slave One. I'm like, this is dope. It's Boba Fett's ship. And
Yeah.
then I was like,
Sure.
well, I need a Boba Fett to put in it. So I ordered one, a vintage collection Boba Fett, but I ordered the wrong one. I guess I ordered the Return of the Jedi one, but the Slave one that I had was Empire. So I was like, well, I got to get the right one. So then I ordered another Boba. And when I got it, I'm like, this card back is beautiful. Like, I need to order another one to open so I can leave this one on the card. And that's how I started with those, getting the vintage collection. And then after that, I saw the Black Series next. So I'm like, man, these Black Series are a little bit bigger. They're more detailed. So I started getting into those.
Yeah.
Then the Hot Toys were next, the 12-inch, like super
Oh yeah.
detailed. But
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
I stopped with those kind of because those are pricey. Like regular people can't afford to be doing that. No, 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 no.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
and then after that, kind of got into just whenever I found deals and like all these helmets back here, I kind of got
Yeah.
all of them either for retail or on sale. So like I just got lucky and some of
Mhm.
these helmets I got for like 40, $50 on sale,
Yeah.
$70. So and
Yeah.
if I found a helmet and it was a good deal, clearly I bought it because there's all of those and
Yeah.
there's a couple more I can't even display there. I got to get another IKEA shelf to expand
Yeah,
that.
yeah. The box shelves. It's a classic.
Yeah,
It's a staple of
yeah.
collectors. Yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of how it started. Now I'm at the point where I'm just trying to find deals because like
Mm.
there's too much stuff. There's too much stuff. So here in the States we have a store called Ross, and like
Uh-huh.
they've been getting a lot of vintage figures lately. So like these I got $3.99 each, which is ridiculous.
Damn. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
like I got this Tuscan Raider the other day from there, $3.99.
Oh,
So
that's sick.
so
Uh-huh.
now it's like I'm either gonna get it for $3.99 or get it like at a toy show and it be like something random from like Phantom Menace in '99. So now I'm
Uh-huh.
all about the deals and the experiences and less about getting everything because like this room is ridiculous. It's like a toy store.
I love it. I love it so much. But of course you're right. There's such an array of things. You have so many things.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, do you have any favorites? Anything that you was just so precious about that you really, really love personally? Do you have like I don't know, like a number one or even like a top three things that are your favorite of your collectibles?
Yeah, because the story behind this is awesome. Hold on, let me grab it.
Yes. I love stories. Oh, this is so exciting. It's always so exciting when they
I-
walk away to get something
it-
and it's just us here and then they come back. I love this.
All right. So now, I'm not really big into Funko Pops anymore. I kind of cleared out a lot of them because I had like over 300, but like I'm over them. But all my celebration ones I'm gonna keep because there's like a cool story about all of them. Because like getting into the Funko booth at Celebration is a mission, and I've
Mm.
like camped out at Orlando, Chicago. I snuck my way in, Anaheim. I won the raffle. London. I won the raffle. So, excuse me. There's always a fun story to get in. But this one almost gave me a heart attack. So this is the Obi-Wan Kenobi Ghost, one of 3,000 Anaheim
Dang.
Celebration exclusive, right? So it says on a
Yeah.
3,000 piece. Now this goes for about like $1,000, which is ridiculous.
Damn.
So this goes
Yeah.
for 1,000. Now, before I went to Anaheim, I was looking at this on eBay because I wanted it because I had all the rest from the set except for this. But
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I'm not paying $900,000. Like I could go on vacation for that. I could do so much
Yeah.
with that. So we had VIP at Anaheim and the VIP preview night, we went into the Celebration show store and I walk in and with my group, I was the first one to walk in and there was a little like kiosk in the middle and they had a ton of these on there. Hannah,
There's
I
a
ran over there and I grabbed one and it was retail $20. Literally
damn.
the week before I was looking on eBay and it was $1,000. So I got this for $20 at Anaheim and like
Wow.
I'm just in shock that I got this for that price. So I'll keep this forever. But like just
Yeah.
getting this for
He's so
retail,
nice. It
he
looks so
is.
nice too. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. For
He
sure.
is. So that is probably my favorite just because of the story. Um, yeah, that one.
That one. I love it. It's a good choice. It's a really, really good choice. So if you were having to give we're going back into the advice side of things. You
Yeah.
having to give advice to people getting into Star Wars collecting. You know, we all love to have our like kind of Star Wars mugs and things and you know little pieces here and there. But if someone wants to seriously get into building a
Oh,
collection, what would your advice be? Is there like certain like would you what's the word? You know, encourage going to like secondhand stores, trying to find deals. You know, what's your blanket advice for that?
so collect what you like, right? Don't try to collect anything because it's like what everyone else is doing. Like get what you like, get whatever line you like, whether it's Lego, it's Funko, it's Hasbro, whatever it is. And then honestly, depending on what it is, nowadays almost everything sits and goes on sale. So like unless it's like an exclusive to a convention, you could only get it there. Or if it's an exclusive to like a store and you could only get it at this one store, just wait. Cause like everything goes on sale on Amazon, on Target, on Walmart, on Best Buy. So like just wait it out. The only time I'll pull the trigger is if it's like a specific exclusive for and you could only get it at this one website or this one convention. Everything else, just wait. Like with me, I'm waiting till it hits Ross. I'm waiting for $3.99. If not, I don't need it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. But for everything else, just wait. And if not, like make sure you sign up for like memberships on like GameStop or Hot Topic or Box Lunch, because a lot of time you could get coupons, extra discounts. So there's ways to get stuff cheaper, but like just always just wait. Don't try to rush and get everything right away.
Wait it out. I like it. I like it. It'll go on sale. It'll go on sale. Just
it
wait.
will.
Wait
Yeah, it will.
It's so good. It's so good. Now, with these conversations and with these podcasts, I always kind of like to end the conversation on a deeper note of Star Wars is such a fantastic way for people to connect, for people to find community and connection.
Yeah.
And that is one of the most incredible parts about Star Wars. And I think that's such a core thing of why conventions, and specifically Star Wars Celebration, is such an epic experience, is because, like what we said, the community and connection that you find there. And same with collecting. The collecting community is really tight knit. And you can, find groups on social media that you can join that you all talk about collecting. And it's such an epic part of the franchise. Tell us a little, just like, end us with your philosophy of the Star Wars community. And how can we build to be a better community, and be more positive?
So with the community that I see and that I'm a part of and that I try to create, it just feels like family. Like I feel like I have family with you in Australia. I have family with my buddy Jose in Texas. It just feels like I have family everywhere, and it's crazy because we're just all strangers that met online, whether it's through stuff like this or just talking on Instagram and stuff like that. And it's like, now I consider all these people like lifelong friends, which is crazy because I might have never met them if it wasn't for social media and stuff like that. So even this weekend at MegaCon, like I met Gianni V in person again. I met Blue Mamba. I met Jesse from Kyberphonic. I met Evan from the Spice Runners Lounge. I met George from the Hyperdrive channel, the Medinalorian. So it was just cool meeting all these people where maybe I've been watching them for years and things like that. And like right away, you just connect with them. And like you just instantly, like, you have so much in common, and it's just natural. So that's the thing I love about the Star Wars community. It's like an untold bond, and you just connect right away in person. Like, and I have a feeling like if we meet in person, like in Japan Celebration, it's gonna be like just best friends meeting up again. And like freaking Will, Diamond Phoenix, it was so funny. I met him for the first time at
You've never seen him in person, right?
No. So I met him, and it was funny. Later that night, my brother was like, "What was it like meeting Will?" And I'm like, it just felt like regular. It felt like I knew him forever. It just felt like natural. So that was so cool meeting Will in person and hanging out. And like it just shows how like Star Wars brings like people together of all kind of walks of life. Like it's just amazing. I love it.
That is so beautiful. I think it's, like what we've been saying all throughout this conversation, the family of Star Wars is so important. And, things like conventions and collecting and all these kind of ways of expressing it is such a beautiful thing. But to its core, we're just family. We're just family connecting over something we love. I have loved this conversation, Tony. This has been so fun. Before we wrap up, let people know where they can find you. There's links down below, but if the audio listeners, where can they get more of Tony?
Yes, so YouTube, Star Wars Sith, and Sith Talk Podcast. And then on Instagram, I believe it's Star Wars Sith 66, and you'll find me on there. And then same on TikTok, Star Wars Sith 66. So you can find me on all those platforms, dropping content consistently.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much again, Tony, for coming on. Star Wars
Yes.
Sith, you've got to check it out. It's been a blast. Thanks so much for coming on, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Do make sure you check out Star Wars Sith's content. If you really want to get into more conventions and collecting, he has the details. He has such great content and he's got stuff coming out almost every day. So it is really great quality. If you want to follow me more here at the race side, make sure you check out my social media, all at the race side. Thank you so much for joining me today and make sure you always choose the race side.